Dying Light 2 Stay Human is coming to PC, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S on February 4th, 2022, and later in the year on Nintendo Switch. It brings back elements that longtime fans will be sure to recognize, as well as new features that add a layer of depth to this undead open world. So, to prepare you to take on the hordes by yourself or with friends in co-op mode, we've got 6 things you need to know, presented by Dying Light 2 Stay Human. Let's get the obvious out of the way up top. Your choices and faction alignment matter and drastically affect the open world of the city. But rest assured, there are no correct choices, only yours. So think carefully about which of the 2 factions you align with over the course of the game. The Peacekeepers are a military faction that believes that the only way for humanity to survive in these times is through law and order, and they enforce the law with brutal efficiency. This powerful faction aims to eliminate all threats to their survival, and believes that sacrificing individual freedoms is necessary in order to achieve the greater good. Survivors are a group of nomadic citizens that believe in rebuilding society through helping one another and opposing violence. This crafty faction is made up of civilians that survive the apocalypse. They adapt to their environment and provide the building blocks for humanity in the city. While Peacekeepers and Survivors are technically allies, the difference in philosophy and vision for society creates regular dissension. Peacekeepers treat survivors with a sense of superiority, expecting them to abide by their rules.
Go on in. I hope he beats the shit out of you.
Who you choose to side with over the course of the game will change the way the city is shaped, and give different bonuses depending on which faction you align with. While both factions differ in philosophical values, one thing they align on is their fight against the Renegades, a ruthless group composed of ex-prisoners, bandits, and outcasts, seeking to destroy all other factions and gain control over the city.
Make him token.
Dying Light is known for its fluid traversal mechanics that allow you to explore the city, a vast open world chock full of side quests and Easter eggs. This new entry to the series brings back Aiden's parkour skills and familiar tools like the grapple hook, while also adding an additional layer of traversal freedom through the new paraglider item. The paraglider allows you to use elevation to your advantage to glide over large portions of the map, get to hard to reach areas, and take in the scenery to find new places to explore. If you're ever feeling lost, look for the yellow highlights around you, since every element that is grabbable and climbable will be painted in yellow. Getting to a vantage point will help you plan your next move or find a lost path. Use those vantage points to attack from unexpected angles like rooftops and catch enemies by surprise. Keep an eye out for details in your surroundings to spot things like puddles of oil on the ground that when ignited, set the whole floor on fire and deal tons of damage, or gas tanks that help you clear out large groups of enemies. Exploring the city at night comes with its own set of challenges. Stealth is a viable option in some situations, but that's not always possible. If you're spotted by a Howler, you'll be chased by swarms of infected that want to kill you. There are 4 levels of chases, each one being harder than the previous. If you manage to survive the first 3 levels, you'll enter Chase Level 4. This level spawns deadly volatiles, so you'll want to hightail it to a safe zone to survive and live to fight another day. There is the Hunter and the Hunted. If you're brave enough to be the former, you can track down and hunt special infected types that drop trophies you can use to upgrade items. Each special infected requires different tactics when taking them on in combat. Banshees attack from walls, so try to take them on in open areas to put them at a disadvantage and increase your chances of making it out of the encounter alive. Spitters like to have the high ground and attack from a distance, so you'll want to use your bow and arrow to take it out before taking too much damage. Goons are tanky opponents that will not go down without a fight. Try to damage them with a Molotov or throwing spears to whittle them down. The city has special locations that are unlike any other marks on your map. Areas like the Dark Hollow and Forsaken stores are filled with infected during the day, but at night, they're full of crafting materials and loot. Other areas like the GRE Anomaly pose a different challenge. They're home to a dangerous infected type known as the Revenant. a powerful infected that corrupts the area and reanimates the dead around him. Enter at night to take on the Revenant and loot the military container in the area, where you'll be able to pick up inhibitors that boost your stamina and health. As you progress through the game, you'll gain access to a variety of mods to make your weapons deadlier. From fire to ice and even electricity, there are several effects to choose from that will help you deal additional damage to enemies while also increasing your weapon's durability. If you're a fan of the murals from the first entry, you'll be happy to know that Dying Light 2's Stay Human lets you interact and collect murals from around the map. If you look closely, you might even find some of the Easter eggs and secret messages hidden inside. Dying Light 2 Stay Human is available on PC, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S on February 4th, 2022, and later in the year on Nintendo Switch. Are you ready to soar through the city? What faction do you think you'll join? Let us know in the comments. And for everything else Dying Light, keep it here on IGN.
They were right under their noses. Morons.